What's going on, Blue Chips? How we doing this morning? Ugh, bit of a hectic morning. I feel like I just finally got to sit down. The key to your journey is to start and then keep going. Let's get to it. What's going on, Brad? How you doing? Where are you going? Oh, you're just cold. So, not much going on this morning. Cruise lines took a hit this morning. As you can see, CCL, we actually just added to our positions here going into the close yesterday. Did not obviously make a video on that, but I am being upfront and honest as always and transparent, all that good stuff. But yeah, we actually added to all of our positions yesterday going into the close because a lot of our positions as the SPY was moving up going into the close, our positions kind of were stagnant. So we decided to go ahead and add, looking for the possible pop if the SPY wanted to continue. And futures gapped up overnight. And as you can see, when the market did open up here at 4 o'clock in the morning Eastern, we look like geniuses for adding to our positions. But as you can see, throughout the morning, things can change quickly. So again, we are not too hard pressed. Carnival is the only one I think we're red on, and it's just barely. Let's go over here to the screen. Yeah. So here's our positions as of right now. Still not looking that bad. Dave and Buster's still the winner. Carnival is the only one that's red as of now because of the ad that we got on Friday. But our averages are still looking pretty good. And if they want to take a dive, honestly, back down under the lows that where we got our initial fills, that's fine with me. That was part of the plan anyways. And looking at these positions going into Friday's or yesterday's close, you know, I had told myself when the SPY started to come back up, I was going to be looking to add 2 parts of my position anyway. So even getting an add down here, which is still closer to our entry, and it looked like we were starting to move up, I'm not that disappointed in those, you know, adds at all because they are pretty close to the bottom, well, at least the current bottom. And how can I be mad, right? We'll keep the average down low, still have plenty of room on the daily here, right? We never even got back up to 20. We're looking to get up near 50, you know, all said and done with this thing, you know, even if it takes a few years. So again, not very hard pressed on this. The only thing that could really happen that could hurt us with these stocks is if they go bankrupt, right? Because then we lose our shares and all that good stuff. So as long as all of the companies that we're investing in right now don't really go bankrupt, we should be okay in the long run, right? That's the whole point of these positions. And yeah, so we'll probably just stick to our 8 positions that we have. LUV, Southwest, definitely the strongest out of all of the airlines as far as I'm concerned, but there's just really not that much room for these guys. I mean, even when they rebounded here, they were already almost pretty much halfway back to what they had given away during that big down move. So really just not that interested in them. If I were to possibly add one to my portfolio, it would be JBlue. They have a pretty decent amount of room left, and I don't know. We'll see. They're not that much further off than Southwest was. That's kind of why we went with American Airlines. As you can see, they had a little bit more to gain, as well as Delta. So we definitely got some good prices on them, at least so far. They were down, you know, over 60%, all that good stuff. It says 3:30. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to change the date. Give me one sec. Thank you for that, Mr. Gifford. Appreciate that. I changed everything else. I just forgot to change that. Marketing, what's up? Thomas, what's up? Mr. Gifford, thank you again. And yes, we are live. I am sorry. I forgot to change that. Going into the bell here, we got about a minute left. Don't really have too much to look at. Let's take a look at what's going on the scanners right now. CAG. What do we got here on the gappers? Really not too much. See what everyone else is looking at. OMI from yesterday. Oops. Excuse me. This OMI was pretty crazy yesterday. I guess let me pull up CAG. I was still on the daily there. What do we got going on? Not too bad. Already pretty extended here. Maybe we're gonna put this one on our second chart. We'll keep an eye on that one at the open. And let's see what else we got. Brian says that he thinks CAG might be a dip and rip based on earnings. Apparently they just had earnings. SGBX. I think that's a lower float if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we don't have any shares on that anyways. EYEG. OMI is another one. There's the bell. Apparently my sound is reversed. Let me switch everything to my headphones real quick until the kids start complaining. There we go. All right, so, and TEVA was the last one. Let's see what they're doing here at the open. They got some potential there as well, so we'll keep an eye on those. There's that MOS. That was a really quick pop and right back down. I don't think we would have been able to get that one. WPX is on SSR, but I mean, again, I feel like that's a habit at this point, just saying it's on SSR, but it's not going to keep us out of the trade. NBL. See what NBL does here. If we can get the 6. 637. 627. What's wrong, bud? You picked the wrong time. Daddy's trying to work now for a little bit. Yeah, it's 9:30. It's when Daddy starts to work for about an hour.
What do you need, Brad?
See CNQ here. Start CNQ. Dang, look at this thing move. Get an ad there, 1236. Definitely started this one a little early. What's our average here? 1221. So we get a pop down here at 1211 for half of our shares. $14, $13. Ugh, we missed it by a penny there for a second. Kind of sucks. Just trying again. Keep an eye out around here. See that one little push down to 1210. Oh, did we get the fill? Wait, what just happened there? My order got canceled. The heck? All right, we'll put it back out there. We actually got the fill. What? I have no idea what that was all about. Just like randomly canceled my order. I didn't hit anything. We'll have to look into that one. All right, so at least we got our half out there. We're gonna see what we can do here with the rest. See if we can get back down there under 12. RCL actually halting to the upside. CCL looked like it was attempting to do the same. I told myself this morning if it got back under 10, we were going to get an ad on CCL, but unfortunately we didn't get it. That would have been nice. We got down to 10.27. It was close. Plus I was doing a bunch of stuff with the kids. All right, so far just the partial here on CNQ. All the cruise lines are going nuts. Maybe they reversed the decision on not giving them bailout money. All right, we're popping back up here on CNQ. Wow, big pop here. Might actually look to get some more shares. What is it? 1240's high of day here. Since it's such a big pop, not looking to cover out here. See what it does here at 1250. Hang right through. Interesting. Yeesh. All right, we're going to get some there. 1262. Might look to take those off right away if we get back under 1250. There we go. Should have took those off right away. Did not. That was kind of bonehead move by me. I said what I wanted to do and then didn't do it. Hold on, Cam. Babe, can you please come grab him? Alright, so we're kind of in an interesting one now. Kind of trying to treat this like a new position. Oh, might not even get the opportunity here. I was going to get an ad there at 75. I'm going to get an ad there at 56. And then we're going to look to cover half if we get back through 50 here. We can get this quick pop through 40 or 52 down to 42. If not, we got our finger on the button if for some reason it doesn't want to. Alright, it wants to continue here. We're like right around that resistance area that we were looking for. And we're going to get 20 more there. So I know this doesn't look like a typical trade, but this is such a good move. It's kind of hard to say we don't like it. Yes. All right. Looks like we're having some fun here with CNQ. This is not exactly what I wanted this trade to be. I'm breaking some rules here. So we're going to take 20 more here. I was going to just take 40, but if it wants to go through 13 a little bit, it's definitely not the kind of trade that we wanted, that's for sure. But we're invested. Definitely had a good trade, and we kind of turned it into a bad one. Still looking around too. I haven't really seen too much else. Not right now, Bray. This thing is definitely fighting. Looking for other trades, but I can't seem to find anything. There we go. We're getting a little bit of a move down. Just took a little off there. We can get this move back through, or up or down towards 50. It's kind of what we're looking for. What do we have? We got 80 left. Put an order out here at 57 in case we get a little bit of a dump. Charts are taking a lot of load today. It's interesting. we can do that once Daddy's done working, okay, bud? We can set the whole track up. He wants to build the track. The CNQ is not looking very appealing. Keep reaching for my drink and I moved it because my youngest was messing with it. You're silly. He's saying, look what he made. Kind of debating on what to do here with CNQ. Just trying to wait it out to see if we could get that move back down towards VWAP, but everything else is just not really extended like we would like it. And this thing just kind of feels like it's being held up here.
Mommy's leg hurts. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't hurt. You're only saying that because mommy has something that you want.
We're going to add a little bit to this. Our official stop out's going to be over the highs here. Of course, right after we hit that ad, it decided to jump. Looked like it was about to fall over. A little bit of a fake out there. And now it's going right back up to stop us out. Look at this crap. Yep. Well, we didn't get tagged just yet. Gave it a little bit of room. Gave it 4 cents. Got right under our order there. That was such a crap ad, too. It was such a fake out there. They knew what they were doing. They made it look like it was about to fall over, and then they squeezed it. We'll see what happens here. We got missed by 0.0012 so far. All right. And get those as close as we can to that. Took one more little stab there if it wants to break down. If not, we were pretty close. Hold on, Braden, please. It's looking like we're going to get it. Look at that slippage. What the hell was that? Oh, my God. All right. Nothing. Daddy just had a bad trade. And all right, guys, so we took a pretty big loss there. Way bigger than it should have been. Completely broke my rules. Like 100%. I was just literally fighting that trade. That was the old me trading that. It was just horrible. I was uberly distracted. I'm gonna look to start this. See if we can get that move back down there towards 13. Got a nice little extension there. See if we can just get the quick test at 13. Brayden, not right now, bud. Not right now. Ask mommy for the tablet for a few minutes.
Go get your tablet, Brayden. Let's go. Can you go get your tablet?
Just looking for that quick flush of 1310.
I can just raise it on your tablet.
This thing is definitely a fighter. Seeing what we do here at 13. We'll take half of it there.
Are you gonna go get your tablet?
Just gonna put a stop on the rest at high day.
Brayden, it's not a toy. Sit down. Because I asked you to, and you need to clean all this up.
What? I'm confused. Why was there an order at 1312?
What is one of your stickers?
Oh, because of this.
Toys. Okay, I guess you're not gonna get that sticker today. And then you
See how far this one might be able to ride down for a little bit here.
why did your foot hurt?
I do this all the time. I fight stocks. I end up stopping out with big size at the top, and then it ends up rolling over every single time. Every single time I fight and break my rules, that's exactly what happens. Why did I break my rules? Distracted. I know that's why, because I was distracted. I wasn't really paying attention. The normal me, as this came back up, would have stopped out at high of day. And for some reason, I just said, because it was a big move, I'm going to let it go. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Makes 0 sense. Just straight up like a week and a half, almost 2 weeks, just gone because I'm an idiot. I mean, granted, I did size up, so it's a little irrelative, but yeah, I know, Brad. I'm more so talking to myself here. And on top of that, I couldn't find anything else to trade to kind of help even this out, which kind of sucked. There was really nothing else I could find. Just going to play the pivots here at this point on this. So I'll lower my stop as it makes pivots. So mad at myself. Camden, you fix it, bud. I'm not doing it right now. Yeah, I was looking at Ami earlier. All right, if we come back down and test these lows, we have a new pivot here. Hard to see what. Can't see volume for 5-minute chart. Our Kate Weevil. 1284. So we need to get back down to 1284 and we can move our order down here. Still not seeing anything else to play. I don't even know if we missed some things because of this trade going on. I don't really know what happened here. But we definitely fought the crap out of this thing and we lost, per usual. Every time we end up fighting a stock like this, we always lose. We always pick the tops too pretty well too for our stops. Coming down to that 84 area. Does kind of look like a descending triangle here. What's up, Hanzu? If you are just joining us, this first trade was a pretty decent loser for my last couple weeks of trading. Should have cut this thing right here at 1250. For some reason, I did not. It's my own fault. Should have been out right there at over 1240. Decided to let it go to try to add, and as you can see, it did not work out very well. And the cruise lines are going nuts right now. So technically we never broke this 1286 area, 1284. So I'm not going to move my stop down. I'm just going to leave it where it's at for now. How I like to play the pivots is if it breaks that area that's holding support, that's when I would move it down. So gotta at least show 1283, a 1283 print, and then I'll move it down. Yes, Camden. Oh, there we go. Not sure why the 1335 is still there, but should have replaced it. Let's see what happens with that. I don't know why. I wonder if it's because I have it marked as a limit order. There we go. Getting a nice little push down here. We're just going to play the pivots on it. We're going to see how far it'll go. Big loser of the month. I mean, obviously we knew we were going to get some kind of a bounce here. VA, that just did not turn around, so it squeezed me out. Large movements in these markets, yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what happened. Like, if you're looking at the chart, I entered here, we got to add here. I took half, looking for this thing to continue to roll over through 12. And as it came back up the high of day, I was just distracted. I wasn't paying attention, but my strat would say cut at high of day here at 1240. So I should have put a stop at 1241 or even like give it a little bit of room. And instead, I just let it go. And then I ended up adding, and then I ended up fighting this thing like an idiot. And then eventually we tried to add here, got faked out, took one more add because it didn't quite get through where our stop was. And then right there, we took the big loss. Had quite the amount of shares there. We had 240 shares at that point, starting with 20. I mean, that's horrible. And then it squeezed up, and I realized that this was actually fairly extended again. So we took a starter position, took half here, and now we're trying to ride out the rest. Just going to use the pivot points. Pivots want to work. Maybe we can get a move down towards 1250. Maybe even a little bit lower. We'll see. See if it becomes like an all-day fader. Yeah, marketing, that sucked. Take a look at RCL. That thing is moving. See if we move this. Yeah, there we go. Give it that little bit of leeway. We'll actually put it at 1311. So we don't completely get faked out there. Hey, that looks a lot better than mine does. Marketing. That looks a lot better than mine does. At least you had better entries and you were patient with it. I would totally be playing RCL if we could. Thing is like straight up at the moment. RCL is just going crazy. I bet you, I think the other ones are going to NCLH, yeah, CCL. Yep, they're all moving back up here. Back above my ads that I put in yesterday. Here goes CNQ right back to 13. See if it wants to break that pivot point. Not yet. Look at RCL. Holy smokes. Yeah, I played this very badly. Just very badly. The other problem too is since I've been scaling up each week, my profits that I'm talking about that I just gave back, you know, they were based on a smaller scale. So it is a little frustrating the second day into scaling up. We had one of these where we ended up breaking our rules because it is going to look a lot worse than it probably actually is. Like if we look at the percentages and whatnot, it probably isn't that bad, but the overall P&L of it will look bad. So we'll see. So if we break this 66 area, again, we can come down to 13, so we can move it down just a little bit. We'll probably just leave it there. See if we can get under VWAP and actually hold. Yeah, Christian, you know me by now. We don't wait for confirmation. We like to play the front side. PENN is also running right now, right off the scanner. We haven't had shares there for a while. Not gonna lie, I was actually excited to see everything kind of make a down move today, so I could add to the positions. Here we go, CNQ coming down to 1250. Kind of sucks our pivot point's way up here, 50 cents away. I guess we can move it down though. I am Thomas. I'm not playing. Or wait, are you talking to me? This day was the most important thing to me because it's the last day of the month, and all months I've been earning and not wanting to break the consistency. Yeah. Of course, CNQ said, yeah. Wowzers. Got PEN and ripping now. Well, Christian, you should put out a course so I can take it. Sounds like you know what you're talking about. At this key area of 1275. Very nice marketing. Well done, man. We'd be looking good if we were still holding our original position. Our average was at like 1278, I think it was. Yep, no problem, marketing. Yeah, no, I know you're not. I'm just saying I wish we still were. If the problem is we should have never been in there anyway. If anything, we should have been out our position here and just looking to restart it, not what we did. Every time I've done this in the past, it's done nothing but cause pain. But as this was happening, I was definitely distracted. So there's really not much I can do about it now. It's over with. I mean, Christian, I don't know if you were here as the trade happened, but I've admitted that I screwed up and I ended up turning into my old self and fighting this. Like when do you ever see me trading well and I have a chart look like this? You don't, because it's just a bad trade. I broke my rules. It's that simple. So, I mean, we can all sit here and blame something in hindsight, but I already know what it was. I broke my rules right here, all the way back here. I could have looked to, if I would have cut there, I could have looked to get back in up here instead of fighting it the whole way. Obviously, in hindsight, if I would have held my position, we would have been fine, but we don't know that. This thing could have just kept on grinding up higher. So the rule that I broke, I took an entry here, I added here, I took half here looking for it to roll over, but once it didn't and it went back high of day, I'm supposed to cut the rest of my position right there at high of day. That's it. The trade's over. But as you can see, I let it keep going, and I decided to add to the position, and then I just kept on adding and fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. I was... All right, whatever. I'm not going to sit here and argue with you. I just told you exactly what happened. I fought it to the point where it felt like it was it topped out. It obviously decided it wasn't done, and it kept going, so we stopped out. And then we re-entered with a small position again to get back. I mean, we took our loss, and that's that. It ended up being a bigger loss than we wanted, and we're moving on. It's that simple. Nobody knows when the top's going to happen. If I obviously would have known that was going to be the top, I would have just let it go and add one more time, and we would have had huge size, and we'd be riding this thing down, taking profits along the way. But obviously we don't know that that's the case. This thing could have squeezed all the way up to 1350 or even through 1350, and the pain would have been real bad. That's why we enter after it ended up grinding up higher. I'm not exactly sure what that means. Right in here, I realized it was becoming a grinder. That's why we were trying to get out of our position when it dropped. And then right here, it looked like we were double topping and falling over, and that was a fake out. So fake outs happen. It's part of the game. Trust me, I wish I knew when fake outs were about to happen and when they weren't. It'd be a lot easier. This would all be very easy. And I would be very rich already. It's like saying you know the outcome of every sports game. Kind of like Back to the Future, going back and getting that almanac. Or going into the future and getting the almanac for that matter. I'm not putting any EMAs on my chart. I told you I don't do that anymore. I'm not saying I don't appreciate your help, because I do, but I have my style of trading, and trust me, I've tried all the EMAs and stuff like that. They're just not for me.
I'm asking you to grab me Camden's plate.
And what I'm trying to tell you is if I were to put the 8 EMA on my chart here, it's going to make you look right, but I could find 100 charts where it makes you look wrong too. So
You want that Hot Wheels, you need to listen to it. What do you want to watch?
yeah, the Sunday. Yeah, I do remember that series, Ponzi. Yeah, that would be pretty nice.
Or Blade?
Christian, they're all useless. All the EMAs are just telling you the past. It's looking like we might get stopped out here on a little fake out through 13. Got a feeling it's coming. All right, let me correct myself. They're useless for what I'm doing. I'm not saying they're useless for other people's strategies, but for my strategy, they're useless. I'm playing price action. Price action is current. EMAs are the past. Like I have VWAP on my chart, but I don't even use it anymore. It's just there. Well, at least we have a little bit lower of a pivot point. What, 6 cents? If it were to move down here. We still have to get back under 1250, 1244. Yeah, Boyds, I'm not saying they're useless. I'm sorry. I know that's how it came off. That's definitely not what I meant. I'm just saying for my strategy, they're fairly useless. If anything, having the EMAs up on my chart, they would keep me out of trades, or they would make me take profits too early. Trust me, I know. I've tried it in the past. It just doesn't work for me.
What? Take it. Here. Okay, then don't take it.
Camden, not right now, bud. I'm not done yet. I pulled up LYV here. Apparently I was a little bit too late. Jeez. Yeah, it pretty much gave everything right back. Pulled it up. I was looking at the range of it and then gave it all back that quick. Keltner channels? You were late as well, marketing? Yeah. I saw it on the scanner. I pulled it up. I put my share size in, and then it immediately gave it all back. That quick. So that's why I gotta be fast. There's a lot of charts that look just like the SPY right now, but have like no volume. Very interesting. I'm pretty much just letting this chart CNQ play itself out, and then I'm going to be done for the day, I guess, because I haven't really seen anything else pop up. Take my loss and move on to tomorrow. At this point, I played the pivot, so I don't want to put like a trail on it. I'll just keep playing the pivots here. But it's moving so slow now, especially for how much volume it's getting. It's actually moving pretty slow. Charts are loading funny today. I remember this Daku. This thing took me for a ride. This thing's at all-time highs. Yes, Camden. I think I should be green. I don't know. I guess it depends on where this ends up. Yeah, I'll be green on the month, but not by as much as I would like to be. I had a nice month going, percentage wise, and then this kind of screwed it up a little bit. I don't even like CNQ made a really nice move. I just messed it up, man. I mean, it's definitely my fault. I just fought it like an idiot. You're hungry?
Brandon, you need to come in here and pick all this up.
Hey, why don't you go pick up your toys and then we'll get you some.
Okay, you're not getting your sticker then for the day.
Both your arms hurt and your feet. Well, then you're not. If you can't pick up your toys, you're not going to get your sticker for the day, and then that means no toy at the end of the week. Will it hurt in 2 minutes if you give it a break for 2 minutes? Will it feel better?
I've been asking him for an hour.
You get 2 minutes. Then you gotta start picking up your toys. 2 minutes. 2 minutes or no sticker. I'll give you 2 minutes and I'll start counting down when we get to 10 seconds. Okay? And then if you don't, I'll even help you. All right, so we actually got a lower pivot here now. 1284. Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that, Ponzi. I know the feeling. Yeah, marketing, I agree, man. It does suck to be doing so well and then to just kind of let one trade get away from you, especially when you broke the rules, which in a way it's a good thing because it just proves to you that the rules you have in place are working. You just have to actually follow them. It's the whole point of having rules is so that you don't let trades like this happen if you follow the rules. Yep, exactly, Ponzi. Basically what I just said, and I hadn't read that yet. Looking for this thing to fade, but it keeps trying to use that 1250 area support. See if it can grind back down there. I think part of the annoyance for me too was that slippage that we got because we were on the ask at our stop for like two, three, even it might even have been 4 times in a row there, and then all of a sudden it jumped up through there and then it filled us 3 cents higher. I know it's only 3 cents, but we had pretty big share size for what we were trading, so that adds up pretty quickly, which is kind of annoying. RCL looks like a descending triangle at the moment. Dang, our portfolio went up a little bit. Back up over 400 now. Yeah, Ponzi, we're done as well. We're just letting the pivot points play itself out here. Seeing how far we can ride this thing down. Need that 1250 area to break, especially if it breaks now. We have a new pivot point even lower here, 1269. Feel like we have a lot of people that are trapped in long up here. Probably have stops in under 1250 right now. Very nice, Ponzi. Yeah, if you look at my P&L curve for the year, it's fine. But ever since we started getting back on track with the 112 and everything, uh, it's been frustrating to say the least. Well, it's gonna look frustrating over the last 2 weeks because it's like we started going up, then we had 2 days in a row, 2 red days in a row that brought it down. We fought out of that hole, and we're basically going. We had a nice P&L curve going, and now today is gonna make it look stupid. It's gonna make it look real stupid because technically this was almost a double max loss because I was really only trying to risk $30-40 per trade, and we ended up losing, what was that, like almost 70. So basically almost a 2 times max loss there. This is turning into a very long trade. But it hasn't broke a pivot point yet. So as you can see, we're kind of stair-stepping our way down. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that too, Ponzi, where I don't really let anything get to me. Like tomorrow, it'll be a fresh day. Just in the moment, it gets me because, especially when you break rules, if I take a loss and I follow the rules, I'm 100% fine with it. But if I break rules and take a loss, let alone a bigger loss, really really annoys me. Did I miss SRG? Yeah, I guess I did. I didn't even see that one pop up. We're getting a little bit of a pop here on CNQ. See if we break this pivot point. Stop us out here at 88. It did start kind of making some higher lows here. They might be trying to head back up. 87, 88, there it is. See, like right here, there's no reason it should go to 89 without filling us, like right there. And look, we got 89, and our stop was at 88. Like, that's crap. That's such crap. Like, I don't understand why we get that. I mean, you can't put limit orders in there because every time I put a limit order in, it ends up getting, like it'll just go right through it. So I don't know, whatever. Just going to move on. So, again, guys, I'm never hiding this from you, by the way, but this is where we ended up. Ended up with minus 61.78. Wasn't really looking to risk any more than 30-40 bucks per trade, but unfortunately, that's where we ended up. Just that one trade, that was it. Here's all of our executions. Started all the way down here, 1206, 1236, took out half at 1211, and then for some reason, looking at the chart, we let this thing go against us. Let's see if I can go down just a little bit. You can see instead of just cutting it right there, which was our rules, we would have been fine. So, but here, I'll show you what I'm talking about as far as how it's going to make me look stupid. So before I input this, let's go take a look at the P&L curve here. So here's what I was saying. We started off pretty good, and then we had those 2 big losing days in a row, which brought us all the way down. We fought out of that hole, and as you can see, we were climbing. And now, oops, let's go ahead and export this. Add trade. And you're right, Thomas. That's exactly what it is. So like I was saying earlier, it's kind of a good thing that the reason that it looks like this is because of an error, broken rules, all that good stuff, instead of me just, having a bad strategy, all that good stuff. So, yeah. I mean, not necessarily a cliff. Again, still green on the month, but it's just way bigger than it should have been. I mean, granted, if I could draw lines on here, actually, let me pull this up. With that, technically, it would have been probably a break-even trade, if anything. Oops, that's not there. So it probably would have just stayed here. Or even if we would have cut it where it was and it was a little bit of a loss, the dip would have been to like right there. Or, I mean, like right here or something, right? And then we would have been fine. But we didn't, and this is the result. So it's unfortunate. It happens, I guess. But I'm going to take it for what it is. We're going to learn from it. We're going to move on. And, yeah, that's all I got for you today. So, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's see what you guys said. Go play with the kids. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Big boy trade size hurts like a... Brayden, chill out one sec. I'm about to get off. Come back tomorrow stronger. Yeah, I'll be fine tomorrow. It's going to make it look... Yep, we just said that. Waiting for stronger and sharper tomorrow. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, speaking of tomorrow, I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow's hump day. Let's get over that hump. Let's just forget about today. It happens, right? We all make mistakes. We're human. We're going to... just become better from it. That's all we can do. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate the support. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave those down below. I will obviously make a video talking about this nice and good old dandy error that I made today. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow morning. Peace.